Hey everybody, Joe with Joe Knows Crypto is here with a video update for the day. So, I just got a funny feeling, guys, that Litecoin is about to break out big time. It had a nice run up so far this year, but I think it's about to have this little rest now. I think it's ready to go crazy again. Don't ask me why. You know how sometimes you just get those feelings? I've had these feelings before, and they've been right most of the time, so I just have a feeling Litecoin is about to make another big move here. So they just announced in the last few days that they'll now be taking Litecoin on the What's Up app or WhatsApp. I don't know, it's some type of a payment system through Google, I believe. It's just more adoption, more and more adoption for Litecoin. Every time you turn around, Litecoin is got their finger in someone else's pie. They are just everywhere. They're growing, and there's no way to stop them now. They're just embedded in too many things, almost getting to the point where they are almost getting into as much, if not more, things than Litecoin, than a Bitcoin, and they're definitely in more things than Ethereum. In my opinion, right now, Litecoin is the number one coin, the number one crypto that anyone should be holding. They do have a halving coming up in August. I think we're just based on that alone, we're going to start to see the price move. Never mind all this other good news. They have a bank, right? Which other businesses are gonna, if they want to start to accept credit cards and have their own cards, they're gonna have to partner up with Litecoin, right? They've got the halving, meaning they're gonna produce half the amount of Litecoin that they currently produce, which means supply and demand. There's gonna be less supply. And if the demand stays how it is, it's just going to cause at least a doubling of the price, right? If it goes in half. So that's just a natural phenomenon. It's not even a phenomenon. It's just a natural occurrence that should happen. It's faster than Bitcoin. It's cheaper than Bitcoin. It's cheaper than Ethereum. It was in the Glory. I didn't actually see the Glory mixed martial arts or MMA style fighting, but from what I hear, Litecoin was all over that ring. You couldn't miss it. Last time they did that, within about 3 days of doing it, Litecoin's price just it took off. Last time they were in the UFC ring, it took a couple of days and then it took off. Well, guys, we're getting near that couple of days. I just think, again, like I said, the perfect storm for cryptos is brewing. Well, the perfect storm for Litecoin is brewing right now. You know, just like the institutions want to hold Bitcoin because they know that there's few Bitcoin, they know that Litecoin is much undervalued because it should, if you go by the number of Bitcoin and the number of Litecoin and then the price of Bitcoin and the price of Litecoin, that, you know, technically it should be a 4-to-1 valuation of Bitcoin, which should bring each Litecoin up to, you know, $2,000 each, which it's not. There is a reason for that. It's because it's not as drastic of demand at the moment as Litecoin will be, but eventually that time will come. And, you know, these big institutions, they know all this. They're going to come in and they're going to start grabbing up Litecoin with both fists as well, because they know it's undervalued. You know, when they say that Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin's gold, well, there is a difference, because in the regular traditional silver and gold market, those products can be manipulated. Nobody actually knows an actual value of gold and silver because nobody knows how much there is. They have a huge derivative market. So gold, actual physical gold, doesn't trade hands very often unless you're purely buying it and stacking it. And, you know, with cryptocurrencies, you can't manipulate it quite like that, because once people take the actual keys off the exchange and put them in a hardware wallet, or in a wallet on their computer or their phone or whatever, those cryptocurrencies have been eliminated from the total supply that there will ever be created. So they cannot be manipulated quite as much. Whales and institutions can try to come in and sell off large quantities, hoping it'll start that cascade effect of selling, or try to short the derivative market. But overall, it's not nearly as manipulated as silver and gold is currently. Physical silver and gold, I'd say it's about maybe 2% out of 100, compared to where gold and silver is 95 out of 100% manipulated. So big difference there, big difference. So guys, I am just loving Litecoin right now. I'm super excited about it. Actually even bought a little bit more today. I'm that excited about it right now. It is by far, in my opinion, the most undervalued cryptocurrency that is out there. It's a steal right now. It's at hovering around $89-$90 in there. I mean, it should be right now in the $300-$400 range, bare bones minimum. That would be a steal. You know what I mean? It's like going into the store and seeing I don't know what's a popular, like $200 pair of sneakers for like $20, and it's just that people aren't shopping yet. The retail people aren't shopping yet, but the big boys are going to start going in there and scooping up all those sneakers and selling them on their shelves for a higher price. It's coming. Litecoin, guys, is the right coin. I believe it's, like I said, it's going to be a little bit slower because it will be used a little bit as a means of exchange, but eventually it's going to be hodled and kept as a store of value, just like Bitcoin is currently what's happening with Bitcoin. And it's only a matter of time for Litecoin too. I think the big boys see that too. I don't think you're going to see a lot of trading out of Litecoin. I think you're going to see a lot of buying of Litecoin and hodling of Litecoin. There's only 84 million Litecoin, or 81 million Litecoin, 84 million, I think. Not a lot, considering how many people there are in the entire world and the price that it's at right now. How many Litecoin you can buy compared to one Bitcoin. It's easy to see that it's going to appreciate in value, and it's going to appreciate in value rapidly once it starts going. Once it starts moving, it's gonna keep moving. It's gonna move fast. It's gonna make a big jump up here, I got a feeling. All right, so other news is there's supposed to be an ETF for the SEC to see if they're going to approve it tomorrow. Obviously, it's not going to be approved, because if it was going to be approved, the markets would be going out of their minds crazy today, upward. And they're not. They're kind of level. Maybe they're even down a little bit. So if that was going to be approved, and we talk about this all the time, when one of those big things is going to be approved, you're going to see the insiders getting in first and fast and furious and driving the market crazy in advance. So, in my opinion, is the ETF going to be approved? No. Nope. And that's okay, because the markets are still going to go crazy. They're still going crazy. We're going to see a nice run up here. Same opinion on the altcoins, guys. I sold some more of my altcoins today to buy a little more Litecoin. I'm really excited about what's going to happen here in the next 2 months with Litecoin. I give it 2 months. Within 2 months, it could be less. Could start today, could start tomorrow, could start next week, but it's going to happen within the next 2 months. I'm that confident. So, like Warren Buffett, I have an uncle who's, he's not a young guy anymore. But he's very well off. He is a smart businessman. He bought some investment properties, when he was younger. He partnered up for some. He bought some on his own. He started his own financial planning business, doing taxes and investing for people. Had a good paying job. Just, very hardworking guy, and always admired him. And my father was talking to him, asking him what he thought of Bitcoin, and he said he doesn't get it. And and I think that's just typical now of the generation of people. He's got to be upper 70s, mid to upper 70s by now, I'm guessing. I don't know exactly his age, but I just think people of that era don't understand the technology. I think if they actually investigated the fact that cryptocurrencies are less expensive than the SWIFT system, which is credit cards, debit cards for businesses. There's no chargebacks for businesses to worry about. There's none of these high 3 and 4%, or sometimes even higher fees that they have to pay per transaction for every good that they sell. They're pennies on the dollar compared to what the credit cards charge. And businesses are always looking to cut corners and make money, and this is one of the ways they can do it. It's just a natural progression that's going to happen. Every transaction is irrefutable because it's recorded on a ledger, so you can't deny that you sent it or received the money. And plus you have your smart contracts that go along with it. You've got RFID labels. There's just so many things that can be done. It's decentralized, meaning that it's not controlled by one central group, which is great for the public. If you don't want a bank coming in and telling you what you can and can't do, and how much money they can print or don't print to hedge inflation or increase inflation, cryptocurrencies are just naturally a better form of money. People of that generation don't like it because they can't actually hold it in their hand. They don't understand that they can't actually have a paper, cryptocurrency, paper coin, paper Bitcoin, which many people don't really do anymore, just because it's so much more convenient to keep it on a wallet or a hardware wallet, and much safer as well. But it's a whole new learning curve. And it's hard for people of an older generation to try to, when you've been successful pretty much your whole business career, like my uncle has, like a Warren Buffett has, they've had success doing things that way. But see, they don't realize that the world is changing, that like being a financial planner now is a lot different than it was when he started. Doing someone's taxes is a lot different. See, he already has his clientele built up that are going to go to him just because they know him and they trust him. But trying to start a new tax business nowadays, I see them folding and going up left and right within a year every time they open. Some people, it's not just because they're closing down because the tax season's over. They just can't make it because there's too many ways for people to do taxes on their own through online tax services, TurboTax, what have you, Wells Fargo, whoever. So, and that's just taxes. I mean, the whole dynamic of everything is changing with the internet. It's not like things used to be when they were starting their businesses and getting started. It's not the same. People don't have as much money as they had. The price of things have gone up, or the pay rate has not gone up. So back then, where my uncle made a decent salary, he could afford to buy investment properties. With that salary, it's pretty much the same salary that you make today. It might be a little bit higher, but you can't afford to buy anything. The price of real estate is way too high. Starting a business is way too risky because now you got these big chain stores that come in and just dominate and control things. And for them to try to learn and explain to their customers cryptocurrencies, it's too much of a learning curve, especially when they've had success with the old way of doing business. Okay, guys, I'm getting there 15 minutes and I'm here to pick up my son, so please like and subscribe and share the video if you have not. Kiss your wife, your girlfriend, hug your kids, pet your pets. God bless each and every one of you. Joe Knows Crypto is signing off.